Hi everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of The AI People, where we share inspiring stories of thinkers and builders who are humanizing AI. In case you're wondering what's going on in the background today, we are at the Product Leadership Summit brought to you by the Alliance. And I'm so excited to be here today to gather insights from some of the leaders in product management and product marketing who are driving a lot of strategy and transformation, especially when it comes to applying AI and agents. I'm pleased to be here with Gary and Jeevan. Why don't you kick us off with an introduction, starting with Gary over here.
Happy to be here. There's both the CMO Alliance and the Product Marketing Alliance, and actually the Chief CPO Alliance and an AI one as well. So a lot of sharing of information. Obviously AI is on everyone's mind, but really it comes back down to that intelligence and then the ability to automate. So again, lots of great insights, lots of great stories on how people are automating things, doing more with less, and now we can spend more time on marketing and understanding our customers versus spending all day making pretty PowerPoints, which can take a lot of time, as we know. But again, the automation is just incredible. So it's really a new dawn of the way we're going to be marketing and spending a lot more time with customers.
Fantastic.
Hey Vivek, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much everybody for the invite. Firstly, my name is Jeevan. I'm a human in the loop. So essentially I use AI for pretty much anything and everything. Given that Vivek, you didn't give me any questions in advance, I didn't run it by any of the LLM tools, but we'll see how this goes. So it's an incredible experience out here. You know, pretty much every single conversation out here is about AI and how AI can improve productivity. But what's actually exciting about this is how people have been real, the things that are, not working with AI, the hallucinations, the various challenges, the how AI makes everything average at the end of the day. So it's an incredible experience talking to leaders, just having honest feedback and conversations about AI.
Well, that's fantastic, and obviously there is a lot to take in, and also considering the tsunami of changes in the last 6 to 12 months, where do you see AI having the biggest impact in your organization for your product and marketing teams?
Yeah, I think I touched on it earlier, where it's about the automation of things, where you can spend less time doing the mundane tasks and let AI do that. I think at the end of the day, the old saying of trust but verify is looking at that, but really looking at workflows. Some of the things we heard from some of the other major corporations, how they work workflows. For example, creating competitive battle cards and having them live so that they're automatically updated with the latest information. These are the kind of things that are very people intensive and time intensive. So automate those, but you've got to trust but verify, and you've got to have that original thought. So those are some of the key takeaways.
Look, Vivek, AI is really blurring the boundaries. At this point, there is no such role as a product marketer anymore. Just like, the marketing people are writing code and doing the vibe coding, it's essentially the engineering guys are going to give you a sales plan of here is how you can sell your product, here is how you can pitch and position it. Okay, so at this point of time, just like marketing is actually competing with sales and sort of saying, here is a sales play in 5 minutes, pretty much engineering is going to come back and challenge you saying, why can't you create a great product plan to sell this, to market this, to differentiate in the competition? Why isn't this selling? So fundamentally, AI is changing everything. The boundaries are blurring, and the fundamental thing people need to take away is you need to spend a day, with your closest people at work, spend a day in the life of those guys and learn their challenges and see how things can make you get closer. That's the first thing that I can say. The second thing is product marketeers have always been the voice of the customer. With AI, they have access to customer support data, customer product usage data, and using all of these, they can become even more powerful.
Thank you so much. And I listened into your panel. It was very insightful. You brought in a lot of real world experiences. And that's the whole point of being at a forum like the PMM Leadership Summit. You get to learn from a lot of your peers as well as others who are like doing some real pioneering work when it comes to AI. What is one key takeaway for you from this event today that you want to bring back to your team and drive change?
I think there's a couple of things that I've observed. One is everyone is in the same learning curve. Then you've got to spend time, as you said, to take some time, learn about the different tools, whether you're going to use Claude, whether you're going to use ChatGPT, whether you're going to use other tools, and see where you can automate. Consistency is going to be key. So templatizing things, creating even a digital twin of yourself. These are very powerful things that people kind of look at. But I almost see in some cases AI won't create divide. It will actually bring people together. When you start looking at silos of different functional capability, everyone starts to get into each other's business a little bit, but I think have an appreciation for the other groups. So I'm hoping that, the technology of AI can bring the human aspect together and make people kind of work more collaboratively.
I think I completely agree with you, Gary. It's like, it's the human in the loop, right? I mean, so Vivek, a salesperson, is a human being, right? I mean, people buy from people they like and trust. So it's really about, AI should make you even more better humans. Right now, what I'm finding out, right? I mean, every single person is talking about AI, and pretty much everybody seems to be in love with Claude Code or co-work out here. That's what I noticed even in marketing, which was a bit of a surprise to me. But what's interesting is everybody acknowledges that if you depend on an LLM to create content, it's going to be an average, it's going to be bland, it's going to be boring, right? So this is where, there is a bit of quirkiness between all of us, right? I mean, all three of us are different. We are going to communicate in a different way. We're going to have spelling mistakes. We're going to have our own nuances about the way we speak, the way we tell stories, right? AI should really make us more human. This is why I'm really the human in the loop, and that's what I think we need to hold on to.
Yeah, maybe one last point there, which is that balance of EQ and IQ. I mean, certainly the IQ of AI certainly helps keeping things facts and figures, but you got to trust but verify, and you need to understand it. Anyone can just type something in and come out with a marketing plan, but do you understand it? Do you know how to operationalize it? And do you have the experience or the decades of experience to actually say, here's what could go wrong, here's what could go right? AI is not going to tell you that. That comes with human experience. And I think really that bringing in that balance of emotional intelligence into your go-to-market, into your customer engagement is really going to kind of play out in the future.
Fantastic. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Jeevan. Well, you heard it from the product leaders today at the Leadership Summit brought to you by the Alliance. There is a better, different, and refreshing way to do product and marketing with human and AI collaboration. Thank you all for taking the time to check out this video. Stay tuned for more updates. Thank you.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Good interviewer.
Yeah.
You got a job at Fox or CNN.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you.
You're a
Guys,
natural.
hold your badges up to the camera. It will be able to get the names and stuff.
Backstage pass.